In this video, I had the completely original-ish idea of going undercover on Fiverr and hiring editors to edit a montage for me. Make me art!
Okay.
The objective of this video is to hire several editors at different price ranges and then deconstruct their edits to see if what you're getting is worth the price. And just in case any of them know me, I tried to go as undercover as possible by using a separate Fiverr account, Gmail account, and grabbing fresh clips under a random username, Cold Kitsch. Don't judge me on my choice, I got it off a random Xbox username generator and it was better than the alternatives. Ugh. Ah, what the fuck? What you're seeing now are some of the clips I sent to the editors. They're not bad, but they're not too flashy. And this works in my favor because I get to see how the editors work around blunders, missed shots, and just how they would make an edit for the average PvP player looking to get a mini montage for their Twitch channel or their Twitter account. For this video specifically, I've gotten 5 editors at different price ranges, and we're gonna see what kind of edits they can whip up with the clips that I've provided. But before we jump in, let's take a moment to talk about this video's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. They helped get this video out fast and support me as a content creator, so please take a moment to listen. Gaming has always taken strides forward across all platforms, but Raid manages to stay on top of the mobile gaming world by putting a console experience right in your pocket. With Raid, you have the opportunity to game anytime, anywhere. Whether it be on mobile or desktop, you can play your way. In the game itself, you can find 10 challenging dungeons, each with a unique boss with its own strats necessary to beat it, a thick and thorough campaign with 12 different locations, 13 powerful factions to build your champions at, each unique enough to make you fit in and grow your arsenal, 460 champions to collect, hundreds of which are strong as hell, and you won't be alone. You'll be gaming with 200,000 other clans and over 25 million players across the globe. Combine all these things together and you get one fat game with tons to do and endless ways to play, and it's never too late to start. Honestly, one thing about Raid that I really enjoy is that they managed to pull off such great looking graphics into a mobile game. It's really an immersive experience, especially when you queue up with your clanmates, take down a boss, knock out a raid, getting some silver and even some artifacts along the way, or just by queuing up with some PvP and testing out your champion's strengths and weaknesses against other players in the community. But looking at some of the more recent updates, Raid has actually released one of its biggest expansions ever, the Doom Tower. 120 floors filled with secret rooms and loot, and 12 challenging bosses to take on, each of which are getting progressively harder as you climb. And you can take on this challenge with the new champions that are coming soon throughout this entire month. But yeah, support the channel by downloading Raid using the links below, and if you're new, you can get an exclusive welcome pack with 50,000 silver, 50 gems, 5 mystery shards, 1 energy refill, 1 day XP boost, 1 clan boss key, and a free awesome champion, Shaman. So go ahead and get started by clicking the link below. Hi, I have some clips that I would like made into a 30-second highlight reel with your editing style. I'm planning to launch a Twitter and Twitch account, and I want to have the edit pinned. I would like the edit to be done within the next 7 days. Are you too busy with orders at the moment? All right, let's just jump right into editor number 1. Are you too busy with orders at the moment? Send me the clips and I'll look into it. Heyo, so here's the Google Drive with the clips. I'm not the greatest, but I hope these are good enough. If you need anything else, let me know. Hey, have you looked into this? If you're down to edit for me, I can place my order. I'll see you in like 2 days, then I'll respond to you. Alright, in this video I hired 4 editors to edit for me. And we're moving on to the second then, first editor. This next editor was hired for $5 to make me a 30-second montage of my clips. Overall, he was a really friendly guy and it only took him 3 days to make the montage. Here is the edit. Alright, I'm just going to say this right now. For the price of a double quarter pounder, this is a solid edit. The transitions are clean, and you can see that he motion tiles and motion blurs his transitions when zooming out, which is awesome and professional. He times the Goldie Pop with the drop of the music, and then times the next couple of shots with the music, which, in any montage, is a great thing to do. And although he may have gone overkill with the stock glitch effects, they fit pretty well with the theme of the montage and the tone of the music. With all that being said, I will now say, Jesus, my eyes, this is way too saturated. I'm all for color grading, but we need to tone it back just a little bit. It looks like everything is glowing. Also, I noticed that some of these glitch effects didn't properly key out, so you could see black frames with glitchy blotches randomly scattered. I'm not sure if this is intentional, but if it is, I may disagree with it. Overall, I'm pinned against the fact that I paid $5 for this montage. This is super good work for this price. He gets my approval, and I love it. You should be charging more, I think. With the proper color grading, this could be a $10 to $15 edit for sure. So yeah, great work. I give him a stonks out of 10. I can tell this is gonna be like the most bang for your buck edit out of all of these, but I don't know, I may be proven wrong. Let's move on. Next up, we have an editor that I hired for 20 bucks to make a montage around the same length. His delivery was almost 10 days late, but he was a super nice guy and I understood that shit happens. Anyway, here's the edit.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone. That's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I never let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if
Now, what I really like about this editor is that he gave me a variety of song choices to make a montage out of it. And even though the power of choice was in my hands, he still managed to make a nice edit out of the clips with the song that I had to choose. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot to say about the editing itself within this montage. He kept it simple and straightforward with the basic color grading, basic transitions like glitchy transitions and just fading between clips, and just letting the clips do all the talking, which isn't necessarily bad, just kind of underwhelming for me personally. You can see on Final Blows, he sort of makes the clips flare up and glow, which is pretty much just an effect literally called glow, and he's adjusting the glow radius and intensity to match up with the timing of the kill. And in general, he went easy on the slow motion and was careful not to clutter the montage with incomprehensible timing mapping like this. Like, he could have formatted this part like this instead, speeding it up and slowing it down and just like, what is happening, but he didn't, so props. But anyway, even though I requested 30 seconds for the montage length, I still felt like there were moments of dead time in a couple areas. Dead time meaning like the montage is happening, but nothing's really happening in the clip. Like right here. He decided to show the entire Goldie clip, and since there was a big gap in time between the double kill and the triple kill, he had to randomly shake the screen to keep us engaged. But this is really nitpicky. If I'm being honest, this montage is like a really good baseline for what you should expect at this price range. It does the job really well, even though he decided to only use half of the clips that I provided to him. So yeah, I give him like a well done out of 10. Honestly, a straightforward montage for 20 bucks. Cool. Moving on. For this next editor, I hired him to make me a $40 edit, but I'm actually going to save him for last because he was an interesting one. Trust me. So we're going to skip straight to the pricier edit. I paid $75 for this edit. I saw in his trailer clips that he was doing some pretty high quality work, and he also worked on Destiny. So I was curious to see what he can make out of my clips. It took him 2 days to make the montage. Here is the edit. So right away, I could say that this is a well-structured professional montage, but since I paid 75 bucks for it, I'm gonna be a little more critical compared to the previous edits. For the good things, we can see that the color grading is actually excellent. He went for a darker, thinner, and less saturated tone, which I definitely approve of. If you listen closely, you can hear that almost every shot, visual cue, super, kill sound effect falls on the downbeat of the music, which is very, very good. Like I said before, in any montage, you wanna pair your visual and audio cues with the music. It's super important. His transitions are clean and simple, and they're not too flashy. Down to their core, each transition is 22 frames long and is a horizontal fastbox blur shift with just a touch of RGB shifting. These transitions are also great because of the fast-paced nature of the editing style. They don't draw too much attention to the transitions, so you can focus mainly on the clips. One transition I really liked was how he cut between the zoom in from coming out of your hunter dodge into the sniper scope zoom in. I thought that was actually really clean. On the flip side, in the beginning, there's supposed to be a space in my name, but it's just not there. But I brought it up to him and he actually fixed it really quickly. In this shot where we rotate around the capture point, you can see a brief break in the rotating and panning nature of the shot. So what he's doing here is he's moving his character to the right and he's also moving his camera to the left to get the cinematic rotating shot of the flag. But you can just briefly see that the character movement stops and the camera movement continues, probably because he hit something on his right. And yeah, he did this thing. I'm being kind of picky, but still. I also noticed that he didn't show the Goldie pop turn on the sniper kill, but instead showed a random Goldie kill I got further down the line. I'm not sure why, since the timing would have worked either way. Also, towards the end, I would slightly disagree with how he treated the second sniper shot. He probably felt pressured to time the last clip with the outro music, or maybe he just wanted to leave the viewer hanging with the second sniper shot. Either way, I feel like he could have shown both sniper shots and the final clip in its entirety and time it with the music just fine. All things considered, this is some high quality editing. It's a clean, straightforward showcase of clips with a great music choice, and I think you're getting what you paid for it. So yeah, I give this a clean out of 10. This is actually a really solid edit, and even though it's a little bit on the pricier side, I think this is the perfect edit to show off on like a Twitter account or like as a Twitch intro. It really fits the bill, and I think it's awesome. All right, now for this last guy. This last editor we're going to cover I saved for last because my whole experience with him was kind of confusing. See, for this guy, I wanted to see what kind of editing he had to offer for his premium package, since it offered color grading, sound design, and motion graphics. Plus, the $40 price range fit nicely into my editor lineup, so I thought, hey, this would be a good fit. It took him a day to make the montage. Here is the edit.
And I'm gonna take you traveling the world. But I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you.
Okay, so right away, I was a little confused because throughout the montage, there was no sound design, motion graphics, or color grading anywhere to be seen. On top of that, this is way over time for the 30-second highlight reel that I requested initially. Looking at the edit in general, he really liked to show off clips in slow motion, but there's a lot of frame tearing, like this, and frame mixing, like this, in between some of the frames. This occurs when you use an effect called pixel motion, which in a sense creates artificial pixels in between frames of a slowed down clip. When you stretch a clip too slow, the program has a hard time interpolating the pixel movement between the slowed down frames, and you get this weird morphing in between the frames instead. After discussing these missing components, he sends me an updated color graded version, but the color grading is way too warm and it just made everything look orange. Plus, it's still missing the motion graphics and sound design. So while we talked about this, he brought up that he also does 3D logo work, and he offered me a logo for $30. Now, from what I've seen from this guy so far, I'd probably decline, not gonna lie. But he's been really nice up to this point, and I had an idea. I suggested that he make me a logo for Cold Kitch and incorporate it into the edit. That way we can at least mark off motion graphics from this deal. I gave him an example of what I was looking for, and he came back to me saying that incorporating that into my gameplay would be a no-no, but he will send me a sample in the same feel. So I said okay, and I ordered the logo. What he sent me the next day kind of caught me off guard. He sends me not one, not two, but 15 logo concepts, 8 of which are animated. Now, even though it looks like most of these intros are just templates where you plug in a name and you plug in a logo and then you get an animated logo, for 30 bucks, this is actually a pretty good deal for just the average gamer trying to start his Twitch and YouTube career, because he gave me so much variety. He gave me so many logos, but still, this is not really what I asked for and paid for initially. The edit still lacks motion graphics and sound design, and even though I have all these logos and animated intros to choose from, it's not quite what I asked for. I was under the impression that this would be incorporated into the edit with a similar feel as my example. Now, I don't really want to bash this guy. I can tell he means well, but his services are definitely skewed in terms of price and what he's actually advertising. I rate him a confusing out of 10, because I don't really know how to rate this guy. He left me a wholesome review at the end of our transaction, and I think the simplest solution to my confusion would be if he simply got rid of the $40 option and kept it simple to a nice $25 montage edit and maybe like a 1 animated intro package. And with that, that was the last editor that I hired on Fiverr, and this video comes to an end. Even though my experiences varied between some of these editors, they were all really nice and they did a good job. Of course, this video was for entertainment purposes, so please don't send any hate over to these guys. If anything, show your support to them by nabbing a montage from one of them. All their links are in the description. Let me know if you guys actually enjoyed this type of video. I'm still trying new types of content as I go on with this YouTube biz, so leave a comment below about what you liked or disliked about this, and maybe we could see more videos like this in the future. Or not. I don't know yet. Can't predict the future. Maybe you guys will hate it. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Till next time, dudes. Peace out.